Hey everyone, welcome to a new game. So this one was my first sub-200 turn science victory. I'm really excited about it. I've tried for months to get under 200 turns and always failed. And so I finally did it. And I did it a really unique way. The June 2020 update to the game modified the work ethic belief so that you get production from holy site adjacency. So I was reading through the patch notes the night of the update, and that really stood out to me, and I was like, wow, I have to try a strategy with this because it's going to be really, really powerful in the right circumstances. And so I kind of thought I was like the first one to notice that, but since I've started this game, I saw several other players who are already using this strategy, so there's no secret. It's a super powerful strategy. You basically just try to get really strong holy sites, and then you get production from them with the religious belief, and then that just amplifies everything. I almost went with Russia on this one because with Russia you can do the tundra pantheon, and then get some quick lavras and start generating a lot of production really early. But then I realized Brazil is really the only one that can give you double the adjacency. So you already get adjacency from rainforest for your holy sites. So if your holy site is surrounded by 5 rainforests, then you get 5 adjacency. But then there's also a pantheon, the Sacred Path Pantheon, which doubles it. So if you would get 10 adjacency if you have 5 rainforests, and Russia doesn't have any way of doubling it like that. So I decided to try Brazil, and I figured Brazil usually has some pretty good starts, like plains, hill, jungle, plains, hill type starts, and you're not limited by the tundra, so you can grow. There's really no problem growing big cities, reaching 10 population for the rationalism policy card. So I had started drafting a Russia strategy, and then I switched once I realized that Brazil is probably a bit better for this. So I was able to get a couple 20 production holy sites very early, and that just made everything go so much faster. So I'll outline my general strategy, and then we'll talk about... Well, actually, let's talk about some of these boosts, and then I'll go into the strategy. So Brazil gets the magnanimous leader ability. After recruiting or patronizing a great person, 20% of its great person point cost is refunded. So that's really nice. You get a lot of great people when you play as Brazil. A nice boost there. But again, this wasn't the focus of the game. It was really just this the Amazon ability, which rainforest tiles provide +1 adjacency for campus, commercial hub, holy site, and theater square districts, and grant +1 appeal to adjacent tiles instead of the usual -1. So you can get really good campuses as Brazil too, which is great because you need a +3 campus to benefit from the rationalism policy card. So that was this was really the super powerful ability that I was able to use. They have the Minas Gerais, which is a ship. I didn't even build that, so I won't discuss that. But they have the Street Carnival as well, which is actually pretty good. I think late in the game, when you need amenities. This is a half production entertainment complex for double the amenities. So it's like 4 times better than a typical entertainment complex. I think these are probably worth building at the end because you can get, maybe a 5 or 10% production boost from amenities, which is pretty powerful. And then the Copacabana is the same thing, but on water. I didn't even build that at all. So that's Brazil, and my strategy was basically to rush astrology for the holy sites. Get an early settler out there, and then build a holy site in my capital. That's surrounded by at least like 4 rainforests. So I was able to do that. Then you take the Sacred Path Pantheon, which, like I discussed, it doubles the holy site adjacency. And then you just try to rush a religion. You could use holy site prayers, or maybe, I actually think holy site prayers probably are probably justified for this, because you're basically using your production to double your production really quickly. And so I got a pretty early religion, took the work ethic, religious belief, so production from holy site adjacency, like I discussed. And then I rushed the theology civic, which gives you the scripture policy card, which gives double holy site adjacency. So at that point, I think I was around turn 60, turn 70, and I had a 20 production holy site, and I was able to get settlers out every like 3 turns through production. And then the other nice thing about the holy sites is that they give you faith, a lot of faith, and you can use that for a Classical Monumentality Golden Age, which I also got. And then you can buy settlers with faith as well. So this is a really fast expansion strategy. It's really extremely ideal because of you have a really good use for the faith already with the Classical Monumentality Golden Age, and then you get the production too, which is just insane. And then in the medieval era, I had a Dark Age. So I noticed the Monasticism card, and I had never really thought much about it before because I don't usually build too many holy sites. But it gives you 75% science boost in cities with holy sites, which is insane. So most of my cities at that point, about turn 85, most of my cities had holy sites. And so I almost doubled my science when I played that card. Now, I didn't notice the card until the last like 20 turns of the medieval age. I wish I had noticed it before. So I sort of missed out on, there's still a lot more to be had with the strategy. This was by no means a perfect playthrough. So I'm looking forward to trying it again and really perfecting it. But it took my science, by the end of the medieval era, I was in the 400s on my science, which I've never been anywhere close to that. So that's like turn 120-ish. Having like over 400, close to 500 science was really, really nice. Just pushed me through the tech tree extremely quickly. And then I went into a heroic age and got monumentality. I got the dedication also, where you get extra population from settling foreign continents. I was able to settle on one city on a foreign continent, so that was nice. I think that could be a good approach when there's islands and stuff like that. So buying settlers with faith throughout the classical era. I built campuses after holy sites. And I considered another option with this strategy is that you can, once you get your tier 2 government, you can build the Grandmaster's Chapel, I think, in your government plaza. And then you can buy an army with faith and then conquer your neighbor. The circumstances weren't really right for me to do that in this game, so it was actually peaceful. I didn't conquer any cities the whole game. I did get attacked once, so I used that ability to defend myself. But that's another option for sure. If you can get your tier 2 government around turn 110-ish, then it may be worth it to take some cities. I'm not sure. So that is an option. You don't have to dedicate the production early on to building units. Let's see. So wonders. In terms of wonders, I kind of had just the typical wonders listed out. I missed a few of them. So I missed Oracle. I missed Colosseum. and then I missed Kilwa, Kisiwani. Kilwa would have been incredible because I got really lucky with city-states in this game. There were 4 scientific city-states, which was a huge boost. And I could have gotten a 15% empire-wide production boost by building Kilwa, but I missed it. So that was really disappointing. 15% science boost, 15% science boost empire-wide from those scientific city-states if I had built Kilwa. But I missed it. Let's see. I got Forbidden City, I got Pyramids, Mausoleum at Halicarnassus, so doubled the engineer charges. Potala, I got Ruhr Valley, which is I like building Ruhr Valley now in my spaceport city because it just makes things go so much quicker. Got close to 200 production in my spaceport city through that. Let's see. The tech path. So after prioritizing astrology, I basically went for writing, and then apprenticeship, and then education, cartography, machinery, and printing. So sort of just the typical tech path. Yeah, I got Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton is a big scientist to get for this strategy because he gives you +2 science for your universities. And then he builds a library in a university as well. So that was really helpful. I missed Albert Einstein, which was so disappointing. I even went back and reloaded a turn earlier so I could try to get him, but I still missed him later. It was you'll see if you watch it. It was really disappointing. So that could have helped. Around turn 160-ish, the last quarter of the game, my science sort of hit a ceiling, and it never really got much higher than 1200. So I'm really curious how this would have turned out if I was able to get closer to 2000 science, just through getting Kilwa, getting Albert Einstein, and then getting globalization. My culture was a little low. If I had gotten to globalization, then I could have gotten the 5% science boost per city-state you're suzerain of. So these are a few things that I missed. But yeah, really fun strategy. I look forward to trying this strategy again. I probably will try one with Russia, and Mali would actually be an interesting one too, because you can get really good desert holy sites with Mali. So that would be pretty cool to try. But so the settings are here. I went with a Pangaea map, New World Age, and then wet rainfall. I did not do apocalypse mode this time. And then here's the map seed and game seed that I used if anybody wants to try it out. Yeah, so enjoy.